Welcome back.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Empowerment Podcast.
We promised you to an exploration about another quote we left the last episode with, and that's the quote.
Seek happiness where you lost it.
It's from Harry Palmer, and we both had a little bit confusion when we read it first time because we thought, like, what does it mean?
Yeah. Where did we lose our happiness?
Yeah. And then we ask ourselves, where did it actually happen?
Yeah. So I know where I feel happiness is in myself, but where I lose it.
What I could remember was that I lost this week my happiness in the moment I had a situation where I took something very personal at my work. And it took me 2 or 3 days to get rid of it. I was really still believing that this situation is now influencing my feeling of happiness. I was not totally happy because I still had it in my mind that it was like going through my thoughts all the time. And I think that was a moment where I lost my happiness. So I wonder if I should go there to seek it.
And where then would you go?
What was the question?
Where then would you go to get it back?
I mean, what I thought was, in the moment I realized that I just took something personal, what wasn't, I got it back.
Wow.
So my attention was still fixed in something what was over, and maybe I was the only person who still remembered it. But in the moment I explored it for myself, why I still thinking about this event, which is over, which was maybe not big, but I feel like it has a huge effect on me. And that was a realization, like, why did you took it so personally? Because it probably wasn't.
Yeah, so it was just a realization of something that you were doing that made you lose your happiness.
Yeah.
Wow.
How is it for you?
Well, I guess I sometimes get confused where I get my happiness from and where I lose my happiness is when at the end of a training session, for example, when some people then are not too happy with the end result, that bothers me. And sometimes it bothers me because they've invested a lot of time in it and I want them to be happy. But it can also bother me because, what you said, I took it personal and I had a certain expectation. So I guess I attach my happiness also to a certain outcome. And that feels actually pretty disempowering because then I attach my happiness, my own feeling, to how others experience something. And I cannot control that, how they experience. I can influence it maybe a little bit, but I cannot control it. And that feels actually pretty disempowering. So I guess the empowering thing for me to do would be to find it back in myself and to not be so attached to a certain outcome, realizing that I cannot control the outcome actually.
I wonder if we want to start controlling the outside when we have it already lost inside. I mean, why would we control it otherwise?
Right. Yeah. We want to maybe frantically get it back from something or someone else. Maybe we blame. Maybe we blame someone else for something that how we feel or how a situation is. And then naturally we want to get it back from the culprit.
They should excuse and then we feel better. Did you ever had that when somebody excused, like said sorry, and you wanted them to say sorry and they say sorry and you still feel the same way?
Honestly, I'm pretty bad at that, getting that, but I have had that, and it relieves for a moment, but it still keeps the feeling there. Yeah.
It's not the others who can change our inner feeling for a longer lasting longer lasting shift inside of us.
Yeah.
We have to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
But this is the hard part, I think, sometimes, because it seems so easy when the world changes that we feel better.
Yeah. If the world can only listen to what we want, or
if my partner would only be like this, I would be happy with them. Or if my boss would be like this, or if politicians would do this, or.
It's so interesting, because it's really the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, that we can change. So it's, on one hand, it's so empowering that it's back with us, but then it's also us that needs to do the work of finding out what we did, or taking responsibility for our own feelings, and not having someone to blame for it.
But I think that's easy said and not easy done, because saying like, we need to find out, we need to be happy. Yeah, but how? I mean, that's where I totally understand. I know this feeling of being overwhelmed, not knowing where to start. It sounds logical, but then you are there with yourself, unhappy or unsatisfied, and what can you? What? Yeah, and then what? Then what?
Yeah. I find it interesting that it also says seek happiness where you lost it. So it's also a searching for happiness. Where did I? It's a good question. Where did I actually lose my happiness? So what actually happened this week or this year or in my life where I lost my happiness?
And the point you make is with searching is also that you start to look in a different way as things, instead of just accepting the view you see the world right now. Maybe put even the little effort you put in to explore it, could it come from, is already working on yourself. That's already the start. It's a little decision to maybe find out something what you didn't know before, because you make an effort to look twice, or to make an effort to want to find something. That's already it. That's already the starting point. I guess
that's already really empowering, to actually want to start to feel and explore it in ourselves again.
Yeah. Instead of keeping the fixed idea of, no, it's not me, that's the others. That's the easy way, but really starting to look inwards without knowing what you will find, that's also a little scary. And for me, the first feeling is like, you will end nowhere. I mean, save your time, watch television. It's better spend time.
Like numb it. Numb the feeling.
My mind is telling me that, but really not listening to the own mind saying like, it's not worth it. Just doing it. I think that's already where you have the first big barrier overcome.
I think so too. And then maybe there comes a moment where you don't know how to continue. Well, that's fine, because then you can maybe ask someone who you may know is a little bit better in that, or knows more about it, how they can help you further. But I guess then we're on the right track. And I think that's half the battle, maybe. And what you were saying earlier, like accepting that it's the other person's fault, or they need to change it, that's the easy way. And I think I think that's right, but it creates also such a hard way for us moving forward, because then they need to change, and then they don't change, and then it creates so much suffering that we maybe could have prevented. So when
you are on a path in this direction, let us know what you are doing. I mean, we both avatar masters, and we work with the avatar tools to go in that direction, more to yourself. What have I to do with the things I encounter in my life, and how can I change that? And yeah, Xander, you do the same. But we are interested in meeting those people who are open for that. That's actually a quite empowering area. And I think people who are on this path are empowering also each other.
So if you have any great answers of where you've lost your happiness and have some ideas of how to get it back, please let us know, and let us know if you're on that path. And yeah, thank you for watching and listening to us.
See you soon.